money in life. And the majority of persons were not born, as we would say, with a gold involved. So we have to do some things. We have to borrow some money. We have to get a mortgage. We have to do something. So this thing called debt is always somewhere hanging around the corner. People around the bend looking for us. All right? So these are some techniques I'm sharing with you. So you're looking at building that emergency fund. You're looking at creating a realistic budget. And you're also looking at paying off debts or avoiding them where possible. There's another one that says trying to spend less than you earn. How many persons can get that done? Try to spend less than what you earn. Then create a plan, a simple plan, a workable plan for you, a plan that you can actually work with. Remember too, that financial planning is a personal thing. It's a personal thing. Please, don't measure yourself up to John down the road and Jane over the street. This is a personal thing. This is you trying to achieve your goals. This is you looking at your life and want that later on in life you have something that you are proud of, that you feel good about, something that you have accomplished. So create a plan that works for you. Consider your future. I'm seeing some younger heads here. Consider your future. How do you want your future to look? How does your future look to you as you are right now presently? Where do you see yourself 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line? What kind of future do you want for yourself? And this is something, or these are some tips that will help you consider looking at putting some type of a financial plan in place. Remember the persons that I told you will work alongside you. All right. So depending then on how far a person wants to go, how much a person wants to achieve, will depend on the depth of financial planning that you will go. All right? You want to be a millionaire, billionaire? Okay, the years I got now, I got 30 years still? I don't know. In the next 10 to 15 years? So here are some things that you can consider depending on what your personal plan is. And remember, I'll give you some people to work with you, right? So we can look at, somebody mentioned it earlier, investment planning. So what is it? What does investment planning look like? Come on, talk to me. What does investment planning look like? Say again? Getting a return on your money. All right. Anybody else? Investment planning?
Looking at bonds or shares.
That was the next question. How are you going to get returns on your money? What are some of the areas that you can look at to get returns on your money? Correct? That the bonds are correct. You can invest in a company. You can invest in a company. You can start looking at some companies in Barbados who do exceptionally well and find out if these people actually allow you to buy into their company. One of those companies that still exist would be the Barbados Bank Power. Bank Woman, right? Very recently the central bank would have brought a whole number of different things that they are doing and ways for you to invest your money. So those are areas that you can actually look into. So that is why then you need your advisor, because what that person will do is to assist you in looking around, to see what is happening, to see who's open, to see who you can buy shares with, to see who does the investment in Barbados. That advisor then looks at that kind of work for you. So the advisor works for me similar to what's called a broker, which does all the legwork. We do nothing. They advise you. They go there, they look for all the businesses that are doing well, and know which company allows you to buy into them, what are the market shares, they do all the hard work. All right, so that's what the advisor would actually do for you. Then we're looking at this very, very interesting thing that is happening right now. This thing called pension or retirement planning. All right? Pension or retirement planning. And it is very, very interesting. And I'm going to go back to your first job. So I'm going to ask this question and let me see what your answer would be. When do you start thinking or looking at what type of retirement that you want to have? When would you start, or when should you, not when would you, because hardly would you ever at that particular, but when should you start considering how your future is going to be for your retirement? When you get to a certain age, when you finish work, when you're not working as hard as you're working, and you just want to breathe a bit, relax, move at your own pace. When should we actually start looking at that?
You made it 30s, so you start thinking
30s?
Yeah.
Tell them for me, please. Exactly. It is what you call a building block. It's what you call a building. So how does a building come up? Right. And it starts with some little small rocks at the bottom, right? I think, whatever you call that. Come on, the buildings in the house on the embarrassment stuff in the public. Right, all the mud, all this fine stuff, and what's not in the bottom, and all of that. That is exactly what is supposed to happen. That is really recommended. And that you start early. So even if it's $40, even if it's $10, but you start early so that as you grow now, you get into the 30s and the 40s, you are a good way ahead. That's why you do your own personal one. So why can't you afford it if you're doing it? Why can't you afford your personal if you're doing it with the company?
And it all depends on the bracket. If the bracket pay that you get, because some companies pay a percentage. Yes, you sell it. So.
But you can, with the companies pay a percentage, you can also contribute to that. You can contribute to what the company is paying, right? And I'm speaking from personal experience because many places I work, my company pay a percentage, but I put more from a contributor more than what they were paying, and it also has some personal one. So I made that sacrifice.
You paid more because you could afford to pay more.
Because you have no, you have to understand what you want and make sacrifices. Because like for instance, in your friends and stuff, most times you want to buy more fancy dress.
Your 20s.
So that's what it's called financial planning. We have to understand because when I did it, I did not understand where I would have been. So I still need it in good stead. Right? So when you're young, you don't think about things, but this is what the session is all about. So that the younger ones can feel hours and whatever. Because some of these things you have to sacrifice in order to achieve. Like you said, we don't have people not borrowing parents who can leave a legacy, but what we can do is create a legacy for ourselves.
I got a question. It's all over discussion, correct? You're learning. Remember you said what you are working for, what you can afford. What are we talking about pension plan, which most persons in Barbados only pension that they can afford right yet is when you get to be 67 or 70 or whatever from the national insurance. The following means, and that's compulsory what about the person at the bottom of the scale, the gas station attendant, the person in the shop, the store attendant, who are on the lower end of the scale, like literally at the bottom. That's what they said is about what you can afford. Because more often than not, and let me be real, a lot of these persons are single mothers. They got one or two children that they have to support, send to school and so on, and they may not have the capacity to pull from here to contribute towards a personal pension plan. So that's why I say it depends on your individual situation and what your payback is.
Some people even work 40 hours, you know.
Most persons are lost issues and all that. When you first started to work,
Okay, one person at 20.
right, you have to, because when you first started to work, my first day actually was $250.
Done a lot of money in that time.
But John said, you said you take out too much money. Do you take out too much?
Yes, I did. Because I knew,
You're not in the middle.
no, because I knew, even though I was in a government job, I knew at the point in time, having gone through 3 years of nursing and the same conditions, I knew that I was not going to stay at the clinic in the hospital. So I knew that I was going to step out in the private field. So I made provisions for myself. Many of my friends at the time, they would laugh and say, oh, you're not going to do money, you're getting money in the insurance. But when things got rough in my current job, I was able to walk away from that job and live on what we have, and because of having the, and nobody taught me but if we go back, and I always say, if we go back to the Bible, and we go back to the story of the 10 virgins, and the 5 boys and the 5 women, you have to, our foreparents did it. Don't ask me how they did it. They did it. Right? I mean, yes, because John, my mother would tell my mother, both me and my sister, we went to private schools. And mom worked for less, she talks about it all the time. She worked for less than $50. But no, Auntie, she was single parent. You often, that's the thing that we made excuses to us. We made excuses to us. You have to see where you are, where you want to go, and you have to, sometimes the pain is going to be hard. You have to decide, can I eat the porch away, or can I just eat the drumstick? Can I just have 1 week as opposed to 2 days? And you have to feel the burden in order to.
I want to address something when you're done. Yes? Yes.
All right, I guess one, I understand everything that she's saying, and I agree. But I says, like, she's a personal, or practical. What's the minimum wage in Barbados right now? $340 a week. Everybody know that, right? For the shop stores, $340.
If you're getting paid that.
Right, it says something, you know that. But for $340 a week, right? Last year's walk. I give you the sentence. The woman that coming from Colorado that can't get a bus. So she can get these ZR for herself. And these ZR, then the bus the town. Same thing on the evening. That's how much money they did. My how much days a week? Maybe she work next day. So that bus fare already. And then to do a lunch. Then to do a, if she got a chance to say, so a lot of years. So it goes back to what we said earlier. It can't start right. Right, it can't start right today. And they think they go catch up now. They think they go survival right now.
Yeah.
Or we did turn, but they think they go survival right now. They will talk, we did turn for 10, 15, so whatever. So $70 a week in bus here. Lunch at Kingsville Market is challenging. So the pension plan, they not the talk to the school, and everything here right now.
Okay, so here's the one of the things I want to address. before we move on, right? This is exactly the problem with this color, respectfully. I know I'm on TV somewhere, but this is the problem with this color. You know why? A lot of our parents and foreparents, in some cases, did not sit down and tell us about these things. As a matter of fact, a parent would say to a young man or a young woman who's working and considering insurance or considering saving, go and spend your money, go enjoy yourself. And they could bet you that some of those persons who work for hardly anything spend about $3,000 or $4,000 that they were saving up for a costume, for pop over. And you know what they're gonna say to you? I gotta enjoy myself. Let's work hard. I don't work for anything. I don't work for nothing, so I gotta enjoy myself. Now, when that $3,000 could have gone, that could have been part of your saving. You save for that. You could have been saving for that emergency fund. You know what's the other thing issue that I have? Looking at it from my seat that I sit in, from the seat I sit in. You have not done anything, Andy. I'm calling you on because I'm talking to you. But when something happens, you are looking for some person to help you. You're looking for some person to set up a GoFundMe, and you are coming in and you're asking for help. And if I don't help you, I have an issue. Because I'm a Christian, well, you should be helping me. You use work every day, and you got more than me. What about your thoughts, Brother Andy, of trying, hold up, even with the challenge of hardly having anything, the same way you can save up for what you want, a party. You see young men on Friday evenings, young men, strapping them, respectfully men, with a bottle of beers up to their mouths, big expensive drinks. And you know what's their take on it? Oh, you work hard this week. Well, you can take that same $40 and put it aside. The next thing with you, I'm not finished yet. You ask about the woman that has 3 or 4 children. You know what? Respectfully, ladies, she had no plan. Because knowing that she was working for $340 a week, no way. There are ways that you can stop yourself from getting 3 or 4 children a week. But no, I am talking about what's, no, hold up, John. We are talking about what's happening now. We are saying that we do not consider these things. It is only after the fact we consider these things. And this particular session is to bring that awareness that we start to think about these things. When at 17 and 18, you don't go and look for to create whatever. What it is you want 2 children? I didn't know that you ever been looking for them. I don't understand all that. But nobody can come around and say to you, listen to me. Go and look to do something with your life as you. People used to say, oh, go and learn a skill, or go and do what it is that we are not speaking to our children, parents. Why are we not guiding them? Why are we not telling them these things? Wait, hold up. Okay, because the reason
Now
why
that we are in this position, right? But our lives
that is why we are bringing awareness to this point in time.
we have to
Yes,
struggle,
please.
but somehow we struggle and we made it through.
This is okay. Okay, no problem. It has happened. Right. Right. You see it. Right, there you go. Because we can turn. Right. I just said that here and against the children of children. Guidance. Exactly. Because savings still work, maintain parents still work. I'm not saying to go open a huge bank account. I'm not saying go open big credit, give me the cost. You can put aside something, a little $20 here, a little $10 there.
My grandson was the first child that was in Christopher. We took him. He was the first child to open his account.
Right,
And every year we set up. That's it.
right.
So he was always like that. But they have now another, when you go to, you go to pension, they have another, another saving that they're trying to with the sale on that too. So they're putting on that. I just throwing out different, if that is really feasible or whatever.
But you make the choice, remember it's personal. So even though when you go to do whatever and they tell you to do it, or if you can choose not to or not, you don't have to do it exactly what they tell you to do. Right. We still need you. We still need you. We still need you. We still need you. Okay. That's yes.
My time, we didn't know, okay, then my grandma got taught in shotgun grade. And then she gave us money. We had, okay, she gave us sorry that was bad, and she put it on. Because that was how we learned to build.
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
it was going on back in the day. So I don't know, now we have a different.
Yes. That's my son.
No, that's one thing.
I started working for $80. My next jump was $200. And that was very much $80 as a teacher. When I was running rubber, remember the school inspector, my class, then you could get possibility. I did everything. But there are two other factors. No one ever got a training all alone. So let me know when a woman got a training, but then I have a man to be made to carry on further. I even go to get one, so you're going to get me started on it?
After that, the keyword is they're supposed to. So that's supposed to. Then the keywords you just put in days.
But then there's a way, I don't think they're speaking of journey or anything. There's a way to have me play your book and kids. Some people grown up there be talking. There is a way of loving pleasure to get your children. You trick me one day, you trick me two days.
All right, that's basic.
You guys give us a small part of it. I don't want to be careful. You got to learn to say, no, I really believe that what people are working for is some problems to be able to do.
Well, that's what our parents would tell us. If you had 46, they want. At least they want.
You think about it, I know when you get about 7 years working, I used to have to play deep food, and then you bring home a dog. You know what this situation? If you let your dog survive, nobody dog will get. Sometimes you got to be careful now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, please. Let's move on to this thing. Let's move on. We're not at age 20, all right? Not that age 20 can't do this. But let's say that we have reached a certain place in life. We have accomplished some stuff. We have our own business. We have our own practice. We're going past that point. Okay, we're not going past that point. There's something called estate planning. Estate planning. What is? Can anybody tell me what that estate planning is all about? Right. As I said, you have your own business, you have your own home, you have your own stuff.
And you achieve something from working. But then you have estate planning.
Right. So estate planning,
If you take your estate, you can borrow on your estate.
you right. You've achieved, this is where you are, and this is where your lawyer is going to come in. All right? Because it is important when you have, if you want to say so much, to advise someone who's to get what. Right? Whether this is for who, let's say you have 3 children, all the children are, don't say that, you know, like that. You have 3 children, and you know you have your wife, you have your husband, so you want to divide that estate now among the family. You want to make sure that if you close your eyes before your family, that your family is taken care of. And nobody, they can come, but once that will is in place, nobody can get past that will. They can test it if they want to, but the will is what is going to stand once it is proven that this person was in their right mind and they knew what they were doing when they put those words on a piece of paper. Yes, please, Pastor.
You know you make one of one with.
Yes, you can.
And the last, I want to show you, the
The last one is the one.
That is valid words, right?
But the thing is, why, I'm not saying, I agree with you, why you should make sure, you know, before you die and everything all
He does not have to. He does not have to.
I don't think it should.
He does not have to. You don't have to. You know, in your will, it again is a personal thing. So you don't have to let the other person know what it is. If you choose to, that's fine. But you do not necessarily have to.
There's not children who get, in reality, get parents get with it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And they're still doing it. Yes.
Some
Yeah.
have to do.
All right. So you have the insurance planning. But let me go before we get the insurance. So look at the education planning. Education planning. Talk to me about that, parents. Education planning. Planning for your child's education. When should you start planning for your child's education? Or even before they're born. You know that you are carrying and you know, and you can look at starting that process. How long do you plan for? You said 18. 16? Right, so what age you're looking at then up to what age you said it. Yeah. Yeah, up to the university age. Right? Because they're still under your ticket, even if they're one of those wonderful children who have a little side job and still going to college, they can manage that and they're still bringing a little income to help themselves. Actually, it's still your responsibility. So if they are one of those children who love to study and who is looking to maybe achieve masters and degrees and doctorates and different stuff like that, then you start planning again. As I said, you start with small blocks. You start with these little blocks as from the time they're born, and as they go on, and you do what you can, and you try to save as much as you can, or you can put a plan in place that when they get to a certain age, they will be able, you'll be getting some money for them. All right? You can also look at the whole aspect of insurance planning. And I know you just mentioned and you've had the bad stories and you've heard of the terrible things that have happened, and I apologize on behalf of the insurance companies. Say again? Yes, I know it was a very hard experience. For what I heard, yes. But no, not laughing. This is very serious because people have heart attacks and went crazy and stuff like that due to how much that they were saving over the years. But it is still very much important. And I mean, yes, we all have bad relationships. People got married, divorced, remarried, life goes on. And even though the hurts are there, I think that we should still consider looking at doing what we can. All right? So you're looking at things like health insurance, for example. And let me talk to you about that health insurance. If you can afford to do health insurance, all right? And why would you put health insurance in your insurance planning? Because it comes in really well on that really horrible day when the bad news come in, or if the bad news come in. When you're going for your medical checkups, when they want you to do tests after tests, after blood tests and checks, as you do all of that, your health insurance comes in handy to help put some money right back into your pocket. There was a situation I was speaking to a lady and she said to me that she had health insurance all of her life and that particular day, or she stopped paying health insurance. She stopped because she never got sick. She never had an issue. Never did go to the doctor. She was good. So a month or so after, or weeks after she stopped, the policy had lapsed and everything, she found that she had cancer. Of course, she cannot get insurance. $5,000 nothing she cannot get because she has already been diagnosed. That was one of her biggest regrets. She took this health insurance. No, health insurance is supposed to cover you when you go to the doctor. It's like insurance that you will get money. No, you pay for health insurance for your cover. You pay for health insurance for your cover. This is not investment. This is not investment money. You pay for health insurance for your cover. Well, you are covered. Say again. It's not the money that you are covered. You do. Guys, okay. Guys, relax. Hello. Health insurance does not carry a return. Health insurance covers you while you pay. If you do not pay, you are not covered. There's no money back. It comes in if you go to the doctor, that's where you get your money back. You spend the money and you get back some of the money that you spend. You go and through tests to get tests done, you pay the money and you get back some of the money. That is what health insurance does. If the health insurance plan, and not all of them do, have all a death benefit onto it, that is where your beneficiary would benefit if you die. But health insurance will not give you anything back. It is not that type of a policy. All right? Life insurance gives you things back. Your education, your child's education plan gives you something back because you're expecting funds at a later date. Your investment gives you something back because you're expecting something at the end of the day. But you do not expect anything back from a health insurance plan. It is not that kind of a plan. So when you sit again, that is why it is important to sit with an advisor and let them tell you what is what. Again, it is a personal plan. Every individual will decide what type of plan is better for them at this point in time. But even if you choose to do a health insurance plan later on in life, at least let it be a consideration. Because you might think that that young lady or that lady, I was never sick. I don't get sick. I never get a headache. I don't need health insurance. But so many times, we are walking around with stuff that we don't even know exists. And that's the unfortunate thing about it. It is really the unfortunate thing. You can look at the whole aspect of a disability plan because it is very possible that disability can take place in your life. And if you are not working, your disability plan now would also assist you along with if you've been paying, and yes, I trust that you have been, along with your NAS contribution. So you should be getting your NAS and your disability. That is why we spoke about your personal retirement and your personal savings because of the uncertainty of everything. Guys, life is just uncertain. There is no perfect plan and there's no perfect world. I know this is what we want. I know we want a perfect world. I don't want a perfect world. But there is no perfect world. That is the reason why you need the people that I would have mentioned earlier. Your advisor helps you along this journey. Your lawyer will tell you, no, don't go into that investment because I did some research on that and they're not good. Okay, or they have some issues that I'm concerned about. All right? So, let's touch on one that can be controversial. And I'm coming down, almost done actually. Divorce planning. No, I just said to you that there's no perfect world, right? I just said to you that there's no perfect world. Do you know that there are so many persons who would have lost so much due to divorce? Do you know that I have some people who want to commit suicide after divorce? Because all that they have accomplished over the years, you know what a term was split in half. So when you are sitting with your team, again, depends on how deep you want this thing to be. How deep you want to look at your pocket, what you want to achieve out of life. All of these are things that can be considered. And you are absolutely correct. Nobody sits down and says, okay, I'm right tomorrow to get divorced next year. Life happens. So that beautiful guy that you used to know has changed into a monster. Or that beautiful lady that you wanted to die with, no one to kill you. Life happens. No, I'm just serious. Life happens. So all of these are areas that you can consider. The life insurance, I think you can consider that deeply because that helps you a lot with your estate planning. And what it does, it takes care of your family as well. It puts plans in place that this is when you get the money back on this is the money part. All right? Your health insurance plan, your education plan. All of these are things that you can actually consider doing. You can look at things in mortgage financing as well. Replacement income plans. You're away from work due to a period of time, due to some sickness or some ailment or some disease. There's also replacement income as well. And everybody does it, or majority of people do it. You can look at your home or your car because all of those things bring money back. If there's a fire, they bring money back. And no, if something happens, you do not get paid the next day. There are investigations. If you get into an accident, they investigate it. If you hope you get burned down, you're going to investigate it. So no, the thing with insurance is you do not get that money the next day. If you have a health insurance plan and you send to get the refund, it will not come back the next day. All right? So that is it. Those are areas that you can actually look at, and those are areas you can actually consider. So why would you consider financial planning? Give me one reason. Let me see how you're thinking. One reason for considering financial planning. Okay, looking at your future, you're looking at your family, looking at taking care of those persons that you love. Very good. Another one. Security, comfort, or what you would call natural peace of mind. It feels good when we have our own money that we can spend. It feels good. Okay, another one. It enhances our standard of living. It enhances our standard of living. There's a lady that, one of my clients that does nothing at all without her accountant. She doesn't spend a cent without her accountant because she has a plan in mind. Her plan is, I don't want to be at the mercy of anybody. If it's sickness, if it's whatever, I want to have enough to help take care of myself. I want to have enough that if anything happens to me first, my family can take care of me. So she has a particular plan. She has a a businessman. And I actually told her I would love her someday to come and share some information with us as a church. She's a beautiful person. She's in her 30s, owns her own business, doing well, and she has all of these structures actually put in place because, Mr. Rolla, she has a plan. She knows what she wants.
She pays for those things.
Of course she pays. She works hard, she has a good business, and she can afford to pay for the things that she needs to pay for. And that is the life that she wants. Alright? It keeps you focused. It keeps you aware and focused. It keeps you aware of what is happening around you. It keeps you aware of what you want to achieve. It keeps you aware of how far you want to go, what you have. Should I spend it? Should I keep it? Should I save it? Should I invest it? It keeps you focused. So a good plan keeps you focused. And as I said again, let me reiterate. Financial planning is huge. It is big. It is deep. This evening, I just shared some basic information with you. And I trust that some of it will be able to help at least one person. I know, give you an opportunity, if there are any other questions that I can answer, that I can respond to. I've actually come to the end of my presentation.
So just wondering if the part is, I know it's something you raise in capital. Encouraging the such that we talk about when the school is learning and doing less. And there, sometimes we think the demand is unfair. Sometimes we think that the demand is unfair, or again unfair. But sometimes something can be really terrible. There's something that they don't look about here, that is so here. But women hire look for women who has work. And whenever that marriage done, they try to get it done. They're in the real money. Think you'll hear that. And what time is going those states? And they just started with me. And so whenever you read all this business with the school and learn and so on. But if you come out and come out and play that, you love me so much.
It happens both ways, sir. It happens both ways. A man does it, the man does it. And some persons already know what it is that
They hear them say, I take
they
it.
go for it.
They hear them say, they take it with cleaners. They would be clean them.
That is why if you have a good team working with you, your opponent and keep your close, your lawyers and keep your son. And it will see happening here if you are listening that way.
Yes.
If you're listening.
I know, these two women who are writing the check every month for months. And they start with them.
Okay, yes, please, sir.
Yeah, one question. With the salary, what percent, I never heard you speak about percentage of your salary that you should set aside.
I did not say any percentages, I did not use numbers, I did not use projections or anything because it is personal. What you can actually afford. Right? Ideally 10%. No, so you want, if you are a Christian, you want 10% going to tithe, and then another 10% going towards your savings. And no matter what, if you are disciplined and you can, that will be your savings. That will be precisely your emotional income. The person who is not Christian minded or believe in tithing or whatever, 10% can go towards.
Yeah, but if they have a percentage to work from, they may fall short or they might go above that left out of the journey to work.
You can start with 5 to 10%. And depends on your pocket, you can go higher than that. Depends on what you actually work for. Remember, because you might be a person who's working for a good salary, who don't have any connections. You don't have children, you ain't got, your money doesn't go anywhere. So you can put on 10% in your savings. So again, Pastor, it depends on the individual, it depends on the money in their pocket, it depends on what they have to do with that money when they get it. Right? It all depends on that. But at the end of the day, it takes a real lot of discipline in order to achieve these things that you want to achieve. Cutting your eyes to a lot of things. You can't go to everything. You can't do so many things because you already have in mind what it is that you want to achieve.
Again, I don't understand clearly. I think I know it works, but why it works like that? Why you are paying insurance here for this building for house? And they say you're underinsured. You're taking money all the time. If something happens, you have a problem. Why can't my house, whether it is underinsured or not, why can't they get the money for what it's value? And you don't worry about whether they're going to rebuild or not.
That's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get the for what you are covered for. So let's say the building here is covered is $1 million worth, just using a figure, and all you covered for is 500,000. Then if a fire would take place and destroy everything, all you get is 500,000. Even though it's worth $1 million, so that's why the insurer will say to you that you are the insured.
I don't think they tell you that that is going to get that.
But what is your contract? Where is the contract? Where is the contract? The contract should tell you how much it is. Your contract should tell you how much it is.
Yeah.
Your contract should tell you what you're paying for.
What
Whether
I
it's
think what
250, whether it's 500,000.
I am paying for, it does not tell me what I'm paying for. But if something happens, disaster, that money is not reality.
Because remember too, as I was saying, and it became a little bit, that's why they're gonna do all kind of investigation, check all kind of things, and do all kind of things. So that's why you don't get paid out right the next day or the next 2 days or whatever, because there's always that part where you have to do all the investigations and checks and all these different kind of things happening.
If, as you said, if the value is $1 million, right, and you are paid 500,000, which means that it is on the value,
Correct.
right? And then when the insurance company does the calculation, if you get $100,000, you get that. So there's no way that you will be paying 500,000 and they will give you that. No. But when they start to subtract the percentage, things like that, they take a lot from you.
So that's why you've got to
And the same thing you already did. If people are looking up and getting accidents all the time, it's very about the profit because penalize the people who don't it. When they go for everyone, go.
yeah, because it's a pool, it's what you call a pool of persons, yeah?
Or some of them are
When you said 10% from your gross or your
You can choose.
Right, things? I didn't get that.
He asked the gross or the net.
Yeah.
You can choose. We're looking at the savings. We're
the
looking at
investing,
you put the spending
Yes.
money.
Yes.
Right, you can actually choose. If by the time you
But I
get,
thought it would be from growth.
it should be from the gross, but what I'm saying is we're looking at reality, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at reality.
Yeah.
We're looking at reality.
The advantage now from the growth is Christian life, because even though it is personal and it is secular now, but although you might not be a Christian, but you follow the guidelines of the scriptures,
Right.
that's where a blessing comes in. So I believe that it should be from the growth. You understand me?
Okay.
I ain't talking to tell you,
You're invested.
I'll tell you a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But that's not tithing, I'm speaking out loud. Not tithing.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Blessing.
So she keep talking about the fighting part of it. We were not talking about the fighting.
We mentioned that's it.
Yeah.
How does it become possible that I'm going to insure with X, Y, or Z? And if I'm doing it, everybody wouldn't work the way they would make property. How come an insurance agent will get the same thing at a better rate than they could get it than they do their agent?
I would not be able to answer that. I don't know. I don't know. That happened? Okay.
Remember, we mentioned earlier, what's up, as people in terms of what they can afford, they take the risk of meeting terms. And meeting terms have been very, very successful with the game. Some people, there are some meeting groups that have been going on for years, that people continue going, because you're not honest people. Yes, there are some bad situations that we are for. So my mind though, I think I personally didn't go to this. I didn't go to this. Because I could build a box, get it down, all that money for 10, 20 years, and be thankful for people who they have it.
Correct.
So I think it's all about risk. The investment is a risk. It's a risk. You gotta be willing, you do invest how much you think and again, but it costs how much you comfortable is losing. Because we know a couple of years back, we had this thing that said circles. And then what we jump to get a blessing. We all know how that is. We all know how that is. Because as he said, you really have to research what you're getting into. If somebody strange comes in and says, or they walk when people start using it, they don't know what you do these people. So you understand again. It's gonna be something that you do that is credibility. I mentioned earlier with people, we know that these things are a bad situation. So for argument's sake now, I think it's more popular, this is not a plug or advertisement for them, but I think Sandy Cora has an awesome public relations program. Sandy Cora always in the field. So if I was to decide or I can do a policy or whatever, I see that there's no she buying and stuff, I would say, all right, understand? And there's got so many other insurance companies that will be offering things like that, but you want to research it for yourself because your public relations program is not that strong. So you say a lot of research, because what we willing to lose, but we can invest because everything is our risk. So what we willing to risk.
I did not mention risk tolerance because that is very, very big in that financial planning. I did not go down that road because, as you say, again, it depends on the person and how risky that person wants to be. Because the more money you put into something, the greater the risk.
Right.
So you can risk loss or you can risk gain. And going into any investment, you are not really sure what is really going to happen because it is a risk. I said to you that life is not perfect. You, Pastor. I said to you that life is not perfect. We want it to be perfect. We want it to do. Put in a big sum of money. They have a big set in the next 2 weeks. Who would not love that? But that is not really how life works. Yes, please.
Yeah, like what you were saying, because investors are people who really got a lot of money. And it's as true as they are, they get hit at something. They can't break, right? But they know of one that sort of can't be for me really, right? You know, it's a big set of money in South America, but he was playing debts and refueling, then he worked they got. But then in Wisconsin, he buy a whole block with over 100 buildings, and he ran their money, Then they make money and they lose money. In Barbados, bank trade firms, I ain't got a lot of things trade firms. You know what? When they are established people, and they were offering more than established people in Barbados, something was sketchy about that. With this money they come from. And it didn't surprise me that it did.
But not to go any further with that, but it was very, very similar with the whole situation as well. But as I said, not to go any further on that particular thing. But that was a very similar situation. So then going back to the whole aspect of risk, if somebody says if something sounds too good to be true, more than likely it is.
And by the way, you come along, everybody of the old age, no more median journey. And median journey has nothing legal to protect it. Nothing legal. It cannot go to court.
Remember when you're going into your contracts, so please hold your contracts, make sure you can locate them. If anything happens, people just want to put them away somewhere and forget about them. You need to and let somebody else know where it is.
Oh, yeah. So while I was thinking of taking up another policy, right? But it was more like medical line and thing. Well, I see the only boy I found he could go to his bar. Because when I take all these other insurance
I'm pleased.
The premium is so much.
That is
I'm
why.
saying, well, I've been through it, not bad, I just gotta get my money.
Good, very good, very good.
Thinking about that, it's serious, I like, I go to bar.
No problem. And that is what work is there for a person to know when they get above 40 now. Yeah, starting at 15, now they're above 40, 40 in high school. Lorna, it is your personal, that's what I'm trying to say, it's actually your personal choice. You get your own personal, that is what it is important to get some information. Hear what the other persons are offering, hear what, and make your choice from there.
It's about community, and around in community, I heard when they were in St. Andrew, but I never heard if they get to St. Lucie. They get to St. Lucie, I wouldn't know, I would really like to.
So you went to your life, yet?
Listen, I can think of that, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna sing old, right?
Nowadays, it's hard to go and research on your own. Let me explain what I mean. Technology and the scammers up there have become so good that you would type in and you have a reputable company, a page up on Google with a reputable company, and that time is some big scam. You have to be so careful. I have known of persons who can research stuff, and they would have seen some reputable faces up, and that time the persons are not in anything at all. There was something that was something a few months ago, and they were talking about investing and getting that some money. And there was this lady whose children go to high school, and I said, I saw you up speaking about this money that you got back. You said you everybody comes to me, but it wasn't me. They had her face, they had her mouth moving, saying words, but she wasn't saying those words. So I was just saying, sometimes you research things, but you have to be very careful because what might appear to be reputable and on the up and up might not be. So I would bring that to the lady and the advisors and the people who were really doing more than us. So I want to be a little.
I'm going to the post
Well, let's say the insurance who are on the commercial bank to get it.
What we're having life insurance and not having is dependent, and then having two life insurance policies as opposed to one. Your thoughts?
Again, that depends on you and depends on what it is you want to achieve at the end of the day. It also depends on the type of plan. If you do not have a dependent, and that can be by choice or because you don't have a dependent, you can put estate to it. It means then that whoever, if you pass before whoever, that person has to go through legal process of getting the funds. So that is what you would always advise persons to put a beneficiary, put a named beneficiary next to your insurance because it makes it easier when you link the person you left leaving.
Go further than that state stretch. Goes to your immediate family or
It can go
cousins that go to collection.
It can go far. Yes. It can be a very lengthy
So it
legal
doesn't want to
process.
be
It is easier, it's better, it's healthier, and family. So you need to know who that person is, that you have that confidence in, that you love that people, that you have no issues with them taking care of what they can take care of your family expenses, paying off the debt, paying off the bills, helping your children make sure they come to school, etc. They have, so for me, when they advise people regarding beneficiary, I look at it from all of those ways. Make sure it's a person that you do not mind. It's a person that you love that much that you do not mind them getting this money. And what you can also do, you tell them what you want as well. Make sure that when children continue with you do what you have to do. You have that conversation with the girl. The other thing, the funny thing I want to say though, it's true.
Now, you did put on the history on your policy. I want to change it, somebody younger or
Yes, please. You can change your beneficiary million times if you want to. You can change it every day if you want to. Right, if you, yes, dear.
No, I just wanted to ask what our system is saying, because if it's irrevocable, then you and the person will have to go and change their name. You just don't change the name like that. I think when it comes to insurances, people don't estimate that part to you either. They will tell you, for a beneficiary, they may go and take irrevocable. And then,
But that's the Tanisha, you should not just be ticking anything on the document like that. You need to be as well.
But sometimes the advisor, so what I'm saying to you is, sometimes the advisor is the one who is doing the ticking. And because they're working so quickly and things happen.
That shouldn't be happening. Should not be happening. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you're supposed to look at what you were saying. You're supposed to review. I didn't know that you would not understand every single thing. I didn't know about the thing that people would say for the fine print and stuff. But I want to just encourage you from the seat I sit in. Just go find documents. Just do a quick review of the documents and make sure. I will always say that people review your document. Is that you? Is that your date of birth? Is this correct? Because I want the person going to leave from there. This is what I was saying to. I get it, I understand it, I know that we work quickly and it's the next person and stuff, but I still think that we need to take responsibility and we need to do our jobs properly because these are people's lives that you're dealing with. These are people's lives with children, their families, their wives that you're dealing with. I don't think we need to do that. So you still have it.
Sister, having you recommend everything on the conveyance or
not everything.
Things are still on.
I'm sorry that you're really overwhelmed because like, well, we're reading what's this, right? That's not to pick me. We're done. You said one more time. Can you say what you like? All right, thank you so much, Team St. Lucie, for having me. I trust that it said something that was beneficial to you. I trust that I was able to cause you to think a little bit and to look at, your life going forward. So thanks again, and have a wonderful season. I trust that because you said one more.
I said, not me, but if somebody who you think is not a Christian want to give a big lot of money to the church, if you church, you take it or don't give it. I know I'm not in the lawyer. I know that everybody was involved, they would take it.
The church has a lawyer.
Just my church has a lawyer.
All right.
I know how to go to that.
If you feel convicted to take money,
Because if we say it's the word, God said everything is said. So if somebody worry about it, I'm glad the great guy's gone.
All we don't know.
You really always say that, Mark.
Yes, on behalf of the 76 Parish Independence Committee, on behalf of the 76 Parish Independence Committee and the project team, the ambassadors, we really want to express our sincere thanks and appreciation for facilitating us and this Boyce having this session here this evening. It was very educational. You know, it involved a lot of serious discussion. We realize everybody has opinions that will seem different, and we really want to say thank you. This is definitely giving thanks to our project and education residents. While I would say and would suggest, even though our project comes to an end on the 16th, very, very soon, I would suggest that something like this should continue in the New Testament family assembly movement around, and you can never have too much information if you get out for national and your future. We see too many times, let's be realistic, we see too many things that family members pass suddenly and the body stay for weeks, months into a home. Person have to get money. We see people have accidents. We see people cooperate to various sicknesses that they can't take the doctor for help. And we all know the situation in the age. I mean, even though you will have to end up there at the end, if you can take credit to get that interim care, persons can't do that because they don't have the finances. And they go to the clinics and they sit down from morning to evening. So we really need to have that mindset, to have that emergency money building from a young and early age. I may want to say that, especially to the mentors, mentees that are here this evening on the program. Some of them are breaking the present and they sell their little Kool-Aids and their little snacks and so on. So when they do that, but to send them something, you know what you spend to get, you know what you get, do your maths, save some, don't spend all, save some and invest. Invest from a young age, so we really want to thank you for hosting us, having us, and I would at this time I would like to invite all of you. There's room for all of you. Saturday the 23rd, 5 o'clock, the Jordan Auditorium. That is then we will be judged for the work that we've done this year. 5 p.m. the 23rd of this month, free. You're going to come in and we have to present to a panel of judges on the work that we've done this year, and then you'll be assessed on what we've done. And you've all been part of it. Whether you present here this evening or you are at church and you can worship, we're going to send that invitation to you. So now we did Saturday 23rd, 5 p.m. and so once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Before you go, we want to close with the word of prayer and then ask the camera to close.
Gracious Father, Lord, and we give you thanks, praise, honor, and glory for what has been achieved here this evening. And thank you for the atmosphere that prevailed. And I pray, Lord, that each of us, to some measure, will be better equipped in our endeavor, Lord, to do better financially. We thank you for all those who participated and presented. Heavenly Father, we want to remember this group that is here this evening, and I pray, Lord, that the fruits of their labor will come to reality this next weekend, and I wish him well. I pray God that this relationship will grow from strength to strength, whatever they have done, and that we will continue in this vein so that we can be our brother's keeper. Grant all this, now give us our homes in peace and in safety. These things are do us in Jesus' name and for his sake.
Amen.
Amen.